Hey there guys, this is Purple Ninja, and welcome back to Fishing Run. Last time, I'm gonna make the assumption that we fished. The trouble I sometimes have with the fact that we go 2 weeks between these is that I forget what happened. The gold worm, though, and I want that. Got it. Cool. Yeah, the gold worm is good for bait, and you can also sell it. This time, I don't know, let me kind of take inventory. Right, last time I was getting trolled by the fishing stuff, wasn't I? That was what happened. And I reorganized the chests, which is good because they were a mess. Right. Okay. So this time, I'm gonna assume that I can't do a fishing I can do a fishing. I guess I didn't do it this morning. Alright. Well, in that case, we're gonna go do a fishing quest. Because what better to do on a fishing run? Do I have something to stop me from taking fall damage? I do. Right. Wait. How do I play video games? Okay. We're going back up because the cavern fishing area is back up. I missed it. But that's fine. We've got time. So yeah, I guess I keep saying this, but I don't know how much longer Terraria is gonna be. It's hard to know. Right, I've got the full angler equipment. That could get annoying. Just stop. Because really, I need to get a little bit better armor, and then it's just a matter of can I beat the bosses? And, well, can I summon the bosses? Which could be a bit of a trick. Mostly the fighting them. Hard mode bosses are not easy. Though I guess that's probably pretty clear based on the mode. Go away. Okay. What did I just say? So yeah, the plan I've got in my head, at least, is rude. That I will fight the 3 mechanical bosses, and then the one boss that is based around fishing. And that's probably where I'm gonna end it, with the fish boss as the final boss. Because to go farther would pretty much invalidate it as a fishing run. So I feel like Duke Fish Run's probably the best stopping point, but I don't know when I'm gonna get there, because he would eat me for breakfast right now, and I am not delicious or nutritious. It's a poor decision, really. I'm looking out for him with this. So, I also need to find a mushroom place so I can actually get the stuff to summon him. And thank you, fisherman, for giving me the most useless fishing potion. I do not need sonar potions. I don't have any good fishing potions. Other than those fishing potions, those are pretty good. But I don't have crate potions, and I need crate potions. So, in lieu of crate potions, I'm gonna do something completely different and go look for a gun. This is relevant, I swear. At this point, I've got the materials I need to make an onyx blaster. Except I don't have a gun to make it with. And I can find that in the jungle. And I'm pretty sure I've talked about that before. But I don't remember, because it's been 2 weeks and I have the attention span of a goldfish. So, we're just gonna pretend that everything's fine and try to go find a boom boom bang boom. Hey look, more potions. That's actually pretty useful. I don't care about the guide to plant fiber cordage, but then if you've been watching for a while, you know that I don't care about the guide to plant fiber cordage. I didn't even care enough to explain it the first time I had one. Which was unintentional. Okay, so this is an unusual amount of jungle shrines right off the bat. This Anklet of the Wind is actually going to be really useful, because I think I've got an aglet at home, which means that I can use that to make even faster boots of run fast. Which is good, because moving faster is useful for fishing. It's, not actually particularly useful for fishing. There's a moth there, too. You may notice that that's showing up on the rare creature detector. That's because moths are rare for whatever reason. They're not very threatening. They just kind of exist. Ooh. And that is a heart crystal, and I want it. Also, I angered some bees, but that's okay. Now I am up to 260 health. And 260 health is slightly better than 240 health. But it's still really not where I should be because I'm in hard mode. But it's fine. Oh dear, the moth got out. Okay. Shoot her! Actually, wait. Lower her defense, then shoot her! What are you doing here, Granite Elemental? So you can see that this moth dropped butterfly dust. And that doesn't seem like a very moth thing to drop, but it's useful because you can make wings out of it. Unfortunately, I already have 3 frost feathers, so I don't need to make wings out of it. And I also don't have a mithril anvil, so I can't. So we're just gonna ignore everything else that was in that box, and nearly get run over by a turtle. So turtles in Terraria are made of sadness and despair. They have approximately 7 million health and do approximately 9 million damage. So, don't touch them. Fun fact, poking turtles is actually considered a crime in Terraria. However, shooting them is not. Hey look, a mushroom garden. There's a lot of things here that can kill us. But it does have a little bit of life for us. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna try to avoid dying. Which is fine. I did get that chest statue. Good. I don't remember where the statue chest is. I think it's down here. There it it is. Okay. Oh, bother. No, I'm not gonna remember what I had in that slot. The joys of quick stacking. Okay. This stuff can go in the shiniest chest. Do I have a chest somewhere? Oh. Well, party time's over. That's unfortunate. I just got back. I do have an aglet. Good. So with this and these Spectre boots, I can make lightning boots. And lightning boots are like Spectre boots, except they do it faster. I don't have ice skates, which seems to be a recurring issue for me. I'm gonna sell some of this stuff. Part of me wants to sell that butterfly dust, but at the same time, I don't have any other butterfly dust. No, it doesn't matter that I'm not going to use it. I don't have any other butterfly dust. Do I have mana potions in it? Right, recovery potions are in this chest. And I'm going to favorite those so they don't get quick stacked again. So, we still can't do another fishing quest. So it is probably best that I go back to the jungle and try to get stuff. Though, admittedly, I also don't remember if there was anything else I wanted to get from anywhere else. So we're just gonna go with, I only need a shotgun. And now that we have lightning boots, we can run there even faster. Slightly faster. They're not actually that much better. They let you run, like, another 2 or 3 miles per hour, I think. Which in human terms is pretty significant. But this is Terraria we're talking about. Now, I got run over by a turtle. Let's see. No rare creatures, which is a little unfortunate. The thing that you use to summon Duke Fishron, the truffle worm, is a rare spawn in mushroom biomes. So we do want to get one of those at some point. This is a tree. You may wonder, how is a tree underground? Well, let me tell you, it's the jungle, don't question it. The game froze, that's moderately concerning. Okay, we're good. Also, it looks like this area qualifies as underground hallow. Wow, that's a lame chest. Alright. I mean, I'll take it. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Oh, what is a gastropod doing underground? I thought those were only surface. I guess I'm not very far below the surface, though. So you can see here that there are a lot of things in the mushroom biome that are just kind of sad. The mushroom biome is not a friendly place. It's a place full of things that make obnoxious noises, actually. So, you know, if you wanted a room full of annoying, here you go. This is your room. I hope you enjoy your stay. But I don't particularly want a room full of annoying. Oh, hey, there's a truffle worm somewhere. It's right there. I got it. Cool. So, the way the truffle worm works is just like any other bait, except also the spawn of Satan. You can see that it's registered as 666% bait power, and if that's not a little suspect, then you're probably not looking hard enough. We're not... Oh dear, that was a turtle on my face. Anyway, we're not ready to fight Duke Fishron yet, by any means. See my statement a few minutes ago about how he would eat me for breakfast? But if we were, we would just have to take the truffle worm and go fish in the ocean. So I'm gonna put that in my piggy bank for now. We're just gonna kinda let that be. I will probably need more of those. Because I will probably not beat Duke Fishron on my first attempt. Because I'm pretty sure I've fought Duke Fishron a grand total of 3 or 4 times ever, and that's with endgame equipment. I will not have endgame equipment, because that's how this run works. Hello, Pixie. Hello, you, that thing. What are you? You're a giant flying fox. I don't remember these enemies very well. Also, there's a turtle. I'm gonna ride my rabbit off into the sunrise and nope out of this turtle town. Because turtles are scary. Actual turtles aren't scary, but these are not actual turtles. These are turtles that are also bastions of the abyss. And I don't know, I prefer my turtles without abyss. Yep, well, this is why I don't like abyss turtles. Abyss turtles don't like me either, though. At least it's mutual. I keep getting silver bullets somewhere. I'm not totally sure where, but they're not going to last very long with the way that I use guns. Which is not very well and not very much. Though I do feel better about using a gun now that I have an endless bullet pouch. I don't know, there's something about having limited ammo in games that makes me inclined to never use them at all. Like in Zelda. I have 50 arrows, but I can't use one, otherwise I wouldn't have 50 arrows. Hello, Big Scary. You're big and scary. Hello, Big Scary. You're also big and scary. Ah! Oh. That's true, they are tortoises, but that doesn't make them not bastions of the abyss. I think I'm starting to remember why I wasn't going into the jungle. The majority of that reason is, ah! The other part of that reason is, it's dark. I don't like things that are dark. I should clarify, I don't like places that are dark. There's the blocks chest. Fortunately, it conveniently happens to be morning. So Nathan is going to tell me what fish he wants, and I'm gonna go catch him that fish. And he's gonna give me something useful and not a piece of garbage. This is moderately silly, but it works. Unfortunately, he didn't want something from the underground tundra. And that would have made things slightly more difficult. There we go. Tundra trout. And now we're going to take it back to him, and he's going to give us something that's definitely not garbage. Aren't you, Nathan? Garbage. Just like you. Anyway. Now that we've gotten our daily dose of bitter out of the way, we're going to go back to the jungle. Because I really don't have much direction other than get an Onyx Blaster. And I feel like the Onyx Blaster would be very useful for some of the bosses and such coming up. I also need life crystals anyway. Hello, Derpling. Goodbye, Derpling. I don't need your... whatever you are. Oh dear! Please go away, Sadness Turtle. That's not going away, Sadness Turtle. Ow. Oh, well, at least a traveling merchant showed up, so I can pretend like this was on purpose. Oh man, he's got a cape. Wait, I already have a cape. Oh. I don't really need a duck. Because I already have 5. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Okay. Ooh, Shifting Sands die. Shifting Sands die is cool. It's less cool on this cape. But I assure you, Shifting Sand die is cool. Look, I look like the beach. Okay, that's enough. Some dyes work better on some things than others. I know for a fact that I don't have access to my favorite dye yet, and I don't think that I'm going to get access to that dye, because I'm pretty sure that it comes after beating certain bosses that I'm not going to get to. I was hoping that that traveling merchant was going to have a stopwatch, so we could see just how fast I'm going. But that doesn't really matter, so I don't care. Ah! Hello, tortoise. Can we be at peace now that I have remembered to call you a tortoise instead of a turtle? Man, that thing was waiting for me. It's like, he's coming back to the jungle. Better get ready to kill him. Hello, anglerfish. Goodbye, anglerfish. You didn't drop the thing I was hoping you were gonna drop. It's okay, though. Oh dear. So derplings are big bugs made of sadness. They go well with the tortoises made of sadness. Speaking of tortoises made of sadness, there's one right there. And a hornet. Fine. Oh dear. Okay, I really should just move. The tortoise agrees. Okay. One of the nice things about the Ichor debuff is that it makes things glow. So I can, as long as he's Ichored, I can see exactly where he is. There's also the fact that it lowers defense, which for a turtle, tortoise, shelled reptilian creature is kind of important. That's a life crystal. That's a stinger. There was a mimic nearby, I guess. But it's okay. At least I got the life crystal. Now I have 300 health. Something something Sparta. I guess I'll put these jungle grass seeds in the materials. I'll be honest, I've got no idea if I'm ever actually going to find a shotgun, and there's part of me that doesn't actually remember what type of chest in the jungle can have those. I think it's the jungle shrine chests, but I don't remember. I could look it up. I've got the Terraria wiki app on my phone, but where's the fun in that? I'd say it's much more fun for me to just continue hurtling myself at this jungle without any sort of rhyme or reason. Here we are. That was... Ow! Dart trap. Dart traps really hate me. Oh, well, there's a mimic there. There's a turtle there. Really, everything that's moving should be shot. Cool, a cross necklace. Cool, I'm dead. At least I got to keep half of that gold. Oh boy, what does the cross necklace actually do? It increases my invincibility frames. Cool. I don't think I really need that. I guess I could ask the guide what it's used in, though. Hello, guide. What is this used in? Starveil. That's kind of cool. I don't have a star cloak, though. The star cloak is another thing that the mimics drop. And I guess that's the first mimic I've killed. I shouldn't be surprised by that because I never go underground. But I'm really hoping that I'm gonna get to show off the Onyx Blaster, partially because I know that it's really cool. Partially because I know that it's really cool, and partially because I've never actually gotten to use one, and I kind of want to. I have recommended this gun to people multiple times, but I've never actually used it myself. I've just seen the effects of its devastation. Ow. More of you. Easier to deal with when it's just that, though. I think what I'm gonna do is sit here in this honey for a little bit. You may have noticed that the honey gives me this nice little debuff, well, this nice little buff, where I regain health faster. So that's a good thing. Also, I didn't realize that you could get stuck to the side of these honey blocks. That's kind of cool, and I might have to use it sometime. Oh. Hello, tortoise. What you doing? Oh, cool. The magic dagger is actually a really interesting weapon. Also, look, it's ore I can't get. This is actually a very specific type of ore that I can't get, and I'm pretty sure that I couldn't mine it even if I wanted to. However, I should show this. The magic dagger essentially works like throwing knives. Except they're limited only by mana and not by how many throwing knives that you have. It should come as no surprise that I like the magic dagger even though I never use throwing knives, because it has infinite ammo. Or rather, it has regenerating ammo. Okay, I can't grappling hook shenanigan myself into this jungle shrine. I'll take this, and this teleportation potion, because those are my favorite. And I'll throw that dynamite down there. And it doesn't break the chlorophyte. So yeah, chlorophyte is it's a good hard mode ore. It's a step above anything I'm going to be getting. And it can only be obtained by mining it, not by, you know, fishing. Ooh. This is a house. This doesn't have a shotgun in it. I'm not interested. Apparently there's a mimic nearby. I haven't seen it yet. Oh dear. Well, I'm on fire. Oh, there's a Medusa there. Hello. Oh dear. Please. The Medusa's kind of obnoxious. You know, as most things that turn you to stone are. When you're in stone form, you lose immunity to fall damage, and also take way more fall damage. Stop that. It didn't stop that. I'm fairly certain that normal attacks also do more damage when you are in stone form. I am being told I should talk to the arms dealer. Oh, he sells the shotgun. Allison, don't you start laughing at me. Let me just double check that that's the one that I need. Yep, that is exactly the one that I need. Okay, cool. Well, give me that. And I can't make it because I don't have a mithril anvil. At least I got health while I was in the place, thing, jungle, death, sadness. Summon up for ya? Oh wait, actually, let me grab these souls of night that I actually need to make that, and then see if I can make it. No. It doesn't matter if we didn't need to go to the jungle, because we did, and we had a good time. Even if I did get killed by tortoises repeatedly. At least I had fun with it. I should put away the mini shark for now. The clockwork assault rifle is almost objectively better. Almost. And also... cactus. That didn't actually take me very far. Fortunately, since I was dying a lot and not using recall potions, I got more recall potions. Also, in case it's not obvious that I don't use guns much, guns are definitely a place where my knowledge of Terraria fails. As a general rule, I know what I'm doing, unless what I'm doing involves this. Then I don't even know. But it's okay. I should put this stuff back, because buying things ruins everything. Oh. Wait. Okay, so now that we know that we can do absolutely nothing without getting one more mithril ore, we're gonna go try to get one more mithril ore. Let's go to space. By which I mean, let's go to this cloud that is 10 feet above my house. Which counts as space, by the way. This is what happens when you live in a small world. So, moderate embarrassment aside, it's fine. It's good that we went to the jungle, even if it wasn't everything we hoped it would be and more. Because we need health. I'm in hard mode and I don't have 400 health yet. And if I'm gonna stand a chance against some of the bosses coming up, I need more than 400. I need more than 300 health. That's a crate. Crates are good. Crates are what we're looking for. I don't know, or I don't remember what the criteria are for the hard mode bosses deciding that they need to show up. It would surprise me if the criteria don't involve having more health than I do. But who knows? The devs know. The wiki knows. Anybody who wants to look it up on the wiki could know. But I'm busy. So I don't know. I think it would be a bit of a stretch to say that it is possible for me to to fight one of the bosses today. I think that's a bit of a stretch. But... well, again, who knows? Move some of that around so the better bait is forward. I really need to either get some more blink root, I think it is, or have the angler give me crate potions. Because I need crate potions. Those are important for the ability to get crates. And I need crates to get ores, and I need ores to get armor so I don't die. And death isn't something we condone here. Not even once. I say knowing full well that I have died several times. But it's fine. There we go. We've gotten a couple of crates. I kind of want to open them, but that'll take up more space in my inventory. So I'll just open them once this potion wears off. It would be super convenient if the fish for the day happened to be in space. It's the angler, so he's a spiteful little punk, so it's probably going to be a cavern fish. But it'd be nice. It would also be cool if he'd give me the high-test fishing line, because fishing becomes much more viable at that point. At which point I probably won't need it very much anymore, because we are approaching the end. I don't know exactly how much longer we're gonna be. Again, it depends on how skilled / lucky I get with the bosses. But it's fine. We're gonna be fine, we're not gonna get killed repeatedly, and... oh, wow, okay, that's the fish for today. Cool. I guess you can catch surface fish in space? That didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Like, how would I get a fish made of dirt up here? But... sure, we'll go with it. At least we get cool space music. Anyway, fishing. Exciting fishing action. Yeah, there's really only so much I can say about fishing. At least when it's all in one burst like this. But that's okay. I built an entire run around fishing, and by golly, I'm gonna fish. Oh, sweet, a sky crate. It'll be good to open in about 25 seconds. And an iron crate. Good things come to those who wait. You know, one thing I think is particularly funny about the fact that this cloud is right here is that if I'd built another floor on my house, I definitely would have run into it. Or a calcum. That'll actually probably be enough. I should throw some stuff in chests. I'll get back to that orichalcum. Gave me a wall anchor. Here. You can have it. Anyway, I'm going to sell this shameful falcon blade and this anchor. And then I'm gonna address that orichalcum. Because that is significant. Because now, we can make this. Put that down. And now we're in business. So I'm gonna pull this titanium out. Right, I don't have enough titanium to make a titanium. Do I? Let me just check with the guide real quick. I don't think I do. Nope. Okay. Well, that's fine. Just set that down there. And now I need to grab Souls of Night, Souls of Flight, Ice Feather, and Frost Cores. We're gonna make some stuff. First, we're gonna make this Onyx Blaster, and it's fun. It's not auto-firing, but oh man, is it fun. Then we're gonna make some wings, and we can unequip our lucky horseshoe. Now we have wings. And wings automatically prevent fall damage. They do not, however, prevent spring, summer, or winter damage. And it looks like we've got enough titanium to make a full set of frost armor. Which sets our defense to 45 as opposed to 21. So that's a 20%. That's a 20-point increase in our defense, and more than double what we had. Now we're in business. I'm gonna put the titanium back. Really just put all sorts of things back. I think I'm gonna take my hammer off my hotbar and put the gun there instead. Kind of separate things like that. Throw this armor in here. Nice and stacked up. Some of this stuff can go back in here now. Save that lucky horseshoe. That thing. All right. Oh. That wasn't the goal. I just wanted to make them invisible. Because if your wings are on the same equipment slot as a cloak, they get the same die and only show up when you're flying. That's cool. I think what I'm gonna do is actually move this down here. That way, the wings will take precedence over any other accessory for display purposes. So we have suddenly reached a point where fishing is pretty much useless. Which is rather unfortunate. So, now that I actually have all of this stuff, what I need to do is get more health and make the stuff to summon the other bosses. I'll admit, I don't remember how to get all that stuff. However, that's a nice bit of blink root. You also may notice that the sword, my falcon blade, glows blue now. One of the things that the frost armor does, or the set bonus for it anyway, is that melee and ranged attacks cause frostburn status. Which is sort of like setting things on fire, except blue. Given that our primary weapons are a sword and a couple of guns, that's pretty good. I mean, not all bosses will actually be affected by Frostburn. Also, man, I wish I'd come down here to harvest Blinkroot earlier. Because seriously, I now have over 40 Blinkroot. Anyway, just to test our newfound strength. Hi there, Wall of Flesh. What poisoned me? I guess I am under the jungle. So those little grabby things really don't quite know what to do about the Onyx Blaster. The interesting thing about the Onyx Blaster is that it actually does damage over time. Or, not damage over time, it's kind of area of effect. Oh, well, that's cool. So, the little burst that it has actually does act as an explosion. The Breaker Blade is a kind of cool weapon. It's, based on Final Fantasy VII. But it's slow. It's friggin' huge, but it's slow. So I don't particularly have a need for it. I have a friend who would be upset with me for that, but that's neither here. Oh dear. Okay. Gonna have to favorite my hammer so I don't accidentally throw it somewhere. I also got this cool hat. Okay. We're done with that. Yeah, I'm just putting this stuff in here. Okay. It is 11:30. That's cool. I'm gonna show the guide some of this lead. Hello there, Luke. Yeah, so what I need to look at is this. So, in order to make any of these summoning items, I'm gonna need to get more souls. Seems no matter what game I'm playing, I can't escape trying to get souls. The best place to go for Souls of Light is probably that jungle area we were just in. For Souls of Night, I think we should be safe with the Crimson area we were getting them from in the first place. So let's head down that way. We farmed him down here once, we can farm him down here again. And hopefully do so better this time. An interesting effect of the frost armor is that our damage noise is now an ice shattering effect instead of the normal, well, oof, ah, ugh. There aren't a whole lot of armor sets that actually change the noise that you make when you get hurt. The Necro Armor does. Which actually makes the Necro Armor pretty terrible in the place that you can get it. Because everything in the dungeon is a skeleton. And it changes your damage noises to the same as a skeleton's. But to my knowledge, it's just this and the Necro Armor that do that. At the very least, those are the ones that I remember. Man, those things have a lot of health. So we've already got 8 Souls of Night. I kind of want to go for 18. That way I can make 2 of each item. Because frankly, that's lava. Don't walk in lava. Frankly, I don't think I'm going to beat these bosses on my first attempt. Particularly not with the competency level I'm displaying. Another thing I should do, though, in addition to just trying to get souls, I should try to get heart crystals. Because there's a good chance that the bosses could just decide they're gonna show up if I have enough health. And I'm gonna need that health to take them on anyway. Oh cool, the night vision helmet. So there's an item you can get from some underground Hallow enemies that gives you the ability to teleport. You can like click on an area and it'll take you directly to that area. Apparently this spider cave is in a big Hallow area. So that actually makes it pretty ideal for trying to get Souls of Light. Partially because that means I get to unload bullets into a bunch of spiders. Partially just because the spawn rates in spider caves, as you can probably tell, are really high. But anyway, so this weapon exists, and I keep thinking, because I've got the weapon, well, not really a weapon, but item. I've got the item in another game, and I keep thinking, oh, I'll just use this and teleport over there. No, I won't. I can't do that. And the item's a super rare drop, and one that I don't really have any reason to seek out. So I'm probably not going to have it in this game. Well, I've gotten 4 Souls of Light so far, which is good. You can see the burst from the Onyx Blaster. They don't like it. It's significantly faster than using the Clockwork Assault Rifle. Even if I do have to... Oh, gosh dang it. Freaking Medusa. Even if I do have to individually click every time I want to fire it, it's a small price to pay for way higher damage per second. I should at some point see about crafting some special types of bullets. Because as much as I don't like the idea of running out of ammo, there are things like Ichor bullets. Oh, hey, a poison staff. As you may guess, that lets me poison things. It's a magic weapon. And a pretty good one. But yeah, there are Ichor bullets that have the same effect as the Golden Shower weapon. And if I can be lowering their defense using my regular weapon, that's pretty good. Also, make no mistake, those spiders still do a ton of damage. And by the way, this little guy over here, that's the thing that can drop that item I'm looking for. Or, not really looking for, but the item I mentioned. As you saw there, they can teleport pretty much whenever they want. They're kind of a pain to deal with because of that. Because we all know how much everybody loves bosses that randomly teleport around. Oh hey, that's nice. So that mechanical eye is one of the items I need. They do just drop from enemies in hard mode, which is nice. It makes it a little bit easier for you to actually get enough of them to try against the bosses. I'm still gonna try to go for 18 souls. Nice. Because the more of these I can have, the better. Oh, I guess I don't have a metal detector. That's a little annoying. How did I not get poisoned by that? Yeah, I figured I was gonna die eventually. I actually went down there to try to get heart crystals. Unsuccessfully. But it would probably be beneficial for me to grab Spelunker potions before trying to do that again. For the moment, I'm gonna throw some things around in my inventory. And try to sort things a little bit. I can put this mechanical eye in summoning. It's day now, so I can't fight any of the bosses I need. Alright, caught in the caverns. I should put away this fishing potion. Because I don't need a fishing potion in order to catch quest fish. And I don't want to use my only fishing potion when I'm trying to use a Spelunker potion. I'd like to see if I can try one boss fight today. I feel like that'd be a good way to end things. But I don't really want it to be the eye. Cool, that actually is effective. I wasn't sure if it would be. There's a mimic around here somewhere. There we go. Stop that. Just to make sure that I don't miss out on the ability to turn in this fish, I'm gonna go ahead and fly up there and do it. Now that we've got wings, we can move much, much faster vertically. Or at least vertically up. Not so much down. It doesn't increase our terminal velocity. Oh, now you give me crate potions. I see how it is. Okay. If I go back to that Crimson area, I can get Souls of Night and look for heart crystals. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to spend until this potion wears off, doing this. Already found one. But after this potion wears off, I'm gonna go see about getting stuff a little bit better prepared. I'm not gonna try to get an arena set up or anything. Oh, I guess I was on fire. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of gold up there. Or at least a lot of something shiny. And that's a thing that's shiny that I can actually pick up. Let me just see about... I'm gonna grab this ichor and talk to Luke. Ichor bullets. I need musket balls and I need ichor. Alright. You there. I need your finest bullets. Fortunately, these are very inexpensive to make. I'm gonna store them for now, because I don't want to just use them on random enemies. I should talk to the guide, though, and see what other fun types of bullets I can make. I can't make cursed bullets, and I can't make chlorophyte bullets. I could craft silver bullets. But I kind of want to get crystal bullets. Need to move fast for that. But if I go back to that spider cave, I can definitely get a few crystal shards pretty quickly. Hopefully that won't take me more than about a minute or so. Should use a Spelunker potion while I'm out, just so I can see all this lovely ore I can't get, and any heart crystals. Good, it is prioritizing the bullet pouch over the musket balls I forgot I still had in my inventory. Fortunately, this shark can dig through pearlstone. I think that's about the toughest thing it can dig through. But at the moment, what matters is that it can. Even if it definitely takes it a bit. And on the note of me gathering these crystal shards, there's something that I think it makes sense to count separately from gems or ore or anything like that. Because functionally they're more like jungle spores. I do need to get back up here though, so I can work with those. Ew. I need more of these. Not too many more of them. Gosh dang it. Oh well. Night. I now have a couple of different cool types of bullets. And I need this vertebrae. I'm gonna use this, 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 this. I've got cooked fish. I think those are the potions I've got that are going to be helpful to me. Need to have some lead. I want to make a mechanical. I'll be honest, I forgot that that was the type that only required Souls of Night. But, anyway. Let's do this. So this is the Destroyer. The Destroyer is a counterpart to a boss that we didn't fight because it only exists in corrupt worlds. Rather than the Brain of Cthulhu, in a corrupt world we would have fought the Eater of Worlds. And the Eater of Worlds is a giant worm. This is a giant robot worm. It's a giant robot worm that's kind of destroying our NPCs. It also happens to be, or it's generally considered to be, the easiest of the mechanical bosses. We've already done a decent bit of damage to it. Oh no, not fish, lad. Yeah, we've done a decent bit of damage. I mean, it's still definitely... It's doing a number on our town. That much is certain. It doesn't help when I inadvertently draw it closer to the NPCs. But really, I need to talk to the nerds. It doesn't particularly want to let me. The nice thing about these probes is that they can drop hearts. Well, the nurse is dead. Okay. I forget what music I set for this boss theme, but a lot of the Earthbound battle themes are pretty quiet. Speaking of quiet, we are now out of NPCs. They are all dead. But that's okay. They'll come back. I'm gonna be honest, we're actually doing way better than I expected to. Partially, we've got a lot of space to move around. Oh wait, we've got a clothier. At least we do for the moment. We're wearing him down. You can see he starts with 80,000 health. Which is a little insane. Particularly given that the strongest thing we'd faced up to this point had, like... not nearly that much. But we did it. Holy crap, we did it. So, that's one of those bosses down. If we had a guide, I would show you what we can do with those souls. However, the only NPC left standing is Henry over here. Good job, Henry, you did it. I'm fairly certain, it certainly looked like the Destroyer was immune to Ichor. None of the Ichor bullets got used, but none of the Ichor bullets got used, but when I used the Golden Shower on the Destroyer, it didn't do anything. Other than do a decent bit of damage, because weapons like the Golden Shower are pretty good against worms just because they can hit so many times. I definitely need more potions, and I wish that I'd put away the Spelunker Puppet before I did that. But that's fine. Once it gets to... there. Once it gets to morning, NPCs will start coming back. But I think that's pretty much gonna do it for now. In a couple of weeks, I'll get back to this and probably prepare and try to fight at least one of the other bosses. You probably saw that the Destroyer dropped hallowed bars, and those bars are required to make the best set of armor that I'm going to be able to get in this run. Or at least what I think is the best. The frost armor might actually be the best. I'm gonna have to look into it. But for now, that's gonna do it. we'll be playing Castlevania Harmony of Despair again a little bit later today. And next week, we're going to do another fortune cookie stream. So, look forward to that. For now, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye, guys.